Here each and every day at 8 a.m. And today we're going to explore, where's your head? Where are you focused? Because what I'm coming to understand is that everything we experience happens within our mind. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is, it's all happening in your mind. Whether you're in the gym and you're pushing weight, like yesterday I was in the gym and it was my day to max out, and it was all in your mind. Your strength level is all in your mind. And so I was able to go beyond where I've ever been before. Well, not ever been before, but certainly since my mid-40s, I was stronger yesterday in 4 exercises than I've been in 30 years. That's mental. And see, your mental ability to perceive, you gradually increase it. If you try to go too big of a quantum jump, you can't do it. You've got to gradually build your mental image, your mental imagery to be more. Keshav, you like my shirt? I had this design made right before I went to India in 2015. And then I go to my favorite t-shirt place and I have them put it on my favorite type of shirts. And so, yeah, I love this. I got a bunch of these, and people always look at me. What are those things? Those are, for those of you who don't know, those are the Tibetan eyes. Those are the eyes you see on all of the temples in Tibet. They say it's the eyes of the Atlanteans. Not going to go into that story right now because that's not what this is about. But I want to talk about what's going on in your mind. How are you experiencing life in your mind? It doesn't matter what's going on out there. It matters what's going on in here. I keep thinking about the psychologist Viktor Frankl and how Viktor Frankl was in Auschwitz, in the prisoner war camp. He was a Jew. He was a prisoner in Auschwitz. And he watched thousands and thousands and thousands of people die. But he wouldn't let that atmosphere go into his mind. He created a different atmosphere in his mind. And when he came out, when the war was over, he was still alive. And he was able to share the story. And he was able to help people because he controlled where and how he focused his brain. It's very powerful when you start thinking, I don't know what it would be like to be Viktor Frankl because I've never been through anything that horrific in my life. I love Viktor because what an example he is. And Keshav says, I love his book. Of course. His book is about being a hero. And who are you a hero to? Yourself first. And then when you're a hero to yourself, you become an example to others. Did you get that? It's not about what you say. It's about who you are. And who you are is the example. And so I try to live everything within my own mind. I try. I do my best because I'm still human. I still have an ego. My ego run away with me. And the thing is, I'm not trying to get rid of my ego. I really want you to understand that. You'll hear a lot of these spiritual teachers talking about, you got to get rid of your ego. Let me give you a secret. You can't. You can't get rid of it. But what you can do is you can be the master of your ego, and it is there to serve you. You want your ego. Your ego gives you your personality. Your ego allows you to be in life, to experience life. Don't try to get rid of your ego. Just become the master of it. Don't let it run away with you with fear. Anytime fear comes into your life, it's the ego fearing it's going to lose something. The spiritual truth is you can never, ever lose anything. That's a spiritual truth. And that's what we talk about when we start looking at our energy centers, our chakras. You think about when you have a blocked root chakra, it means that you're fearful of life. When you have blocked sacral chakra, the second energy center down by your sacral area, that means you have a fear of death. When you have a solar plexus, a fear in the solar plexus, it means you have a fear because you're scared of the opinions of others. You're seeking approval. When you have a pain here in the heart center, it's because you have a fear of intimacy. Throat, a fear of speaking truth. Third eye, a fear of wisdom. Crown, a fear of oneness, of losing yourself in the allness. Keshev says, this may be the most important question I ask you. I am listening and following you. Still, I merely change. Why? Because the type of change you're looking for happens for eternity. Do you hear that, Keshev? It happens for eternity. I will never reach the end. I will eternally be becoming more aware. And I didn't say I would reach the end in this life. What I will say is that in this life, I will have brief moments, fractions of seconds of knowing oneness. And when I have those experiences, they're indescribable. There are no words to them. I just know. But I believe the journey we're on is an eternal journey. And it's all based on expanding our perception. What is life? Life is eternal. Quantum physics says life is infinite possibilities existing everywhere at the same time. And if you really break that down, you hear people talk about the idea that past lives. Well, let me throw something else at you. What if all the lives that you have, which are infinite, are all happening at this very moment? Wow, that'll not blow your mind. Bilal's in gratitude there of that he's got the power of creating in his mind. And he says, if we really know ourselves, we only need to visualize and attract. Isn't that what life's about? Getting to know yourself, building a relationship with yourself, that's not built on fear. It's not built on happiness, because happiness, we have the illusion we can be happy all the time. And so Bilal sent me a description of a group that he put together. And what he talks about in that group is something that I wholly support and I teach all the time, and that's well-being. Well-being is an interesting thing. I probably need to do a series of talks on that. I've not done that. But well-being is the ability to live in contrast and bring yourself back into balance. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in your relationships, and how you eat. Well-being is the key. So when you look at someone, you can say, are you well? And what are you asking when you say, are you well? To me, I would say, are you in balance? Are you moving into balance? Because that's what we're doing. In this human form, we're not always in balance in every area of our life because we can't be, because that's the state of the divine. So what we're doing all the time is we're doing course corrections, like on a sailboat. We move out of balance, we move back into balance. We move out of balance, we move back into balance. And we do that in all areas of life. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, our fitness, our relationships, all of that. I do that with my sons, with my granddaughter, with my wife, with my friends, with my community. I do that with my health. It's all about bringing it into balance. And guess what? Balance is what you determine it to be, not what anyone else determines it to be. I think that's real important to understand that. You get to determine what balance is for you. And you'll know if it's right because you'll feel it. your body, your emotions, everything will let you know. You don't have to worry about getting opinions from others. Am I imbalanced? No. You know. It's like yesterday when I went to the gym, I got on the machine that measured my body fat because I was at 22.3% body fat, 186 pounds. That was 2 months ago. And I have a goal of getting to 18.5. Why? Just a goal. Yesterday, 186 pounds. Stayed right where I was. My body fat, though, went down to 20.9. I went down 1.3 percentage points. Keshav, that comes back to you. I can't get that goal overnight. It took me 6 weeks to get down 1.3 points. Now, can another 6 weeks, can I get that? Here's what I know. I knew I went down. Why did I know I went down? I could feel it. You can feel it. When you become aware, you know, because you can't hide from yourself. You don't need a scale. You know where you are. I know when I'm within a half a pound. Yeah. Bilal, I hear what you're saying there. We know who we are inside, but we've stopped listening to ourselves. We've stopped listening to our higher self, and we're listening to our little self. And that's the key. Today, we did a chakra clearing meditation. We did all 7 chakras. We went actually a little longer than we normally do, but I found it was very powerful on a Sunday, which is where we work on the crown chakra, 2 inches above the head. And today, we worked on all of them and cleared them. Here's the thing I said to the group this morning after we finished meditating. What are you going to do today to have fun? Because we forget that life is about having fun. So I'm going to leave you with that today. What are you going to do today to have fun? I want you to know I've got classes starting tomorrow and Tuesday. If you want to be a part of class, go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Sign up. agapespiritualcenter.com. And at 10:30 today, I'm doing a talk that you can watch live or you can watch later, but my talk is going to be on spiritual healing. Spiritual healing, not physical healing, spiritual healing. The meditations are not recorded as of yet. That's something that's probably in the process. I have a bunch of meditations that are recorded, but I have not done the chakra ones at this time. So I just let you know that right now. So if you want to be a part of that, you got to join me. Anyway, I'm past my time. Listen, thank you for being with me. If you like the message, share it. More people need something that pushes them forward, that's positive, that's moving them toward a greater realization of life. And as you go out today, have fun, be you, and know that you are loved. Until tomorrow, aloha.